Then, nothing's really happening, Erin.
All right, Phil, thank you very much. And let's go now to the number 2 Democrat in the House, Congressman Steny Hoyer. And Congressman, you heard what the president said last night. You're the Democratic leadership. So if he wanted a bipartisan effort and health care was back on the table, you would know about it because you'd be involved. Has Trump or anyone reached out to you in the past 24 hours on health care?
No, they have not. And I don't expect them to do so any time soon. Because I think that, unlike the president's statement, it is very difficult. He was right when he said it was complicated, and he was also right in a certain response that he had no alternative. He looked at the American people in the eye when he talked to the joint session of Congress and said, I want to assure you that I'm going to cover everybody with insurance. And he didn't say I'm going to have access to insurance. He said I'm going to cover everybody with insurance at a lower cost and better quality. If he has such a bill, he ought to submit it to the Congress of the United States. And very frankly, I've told people if he has such a bill and it does what he says, I may well support it. But I haven't heard anything from the White House of such a bill. And frankly, I haven't heard anything from my Republican colleagues here in the House that they have such a bill.
So nothing from him, even in the past 24 hours, as he had said that he was going to move with this. Okay, I want to ask you about the other issue that we are learning about in the House tonight. The House Intelligence Committee's investigation on Russia. The chairman, Devin Nunes of the Intel Committee, says he invited Director Comey from the FBI to come back and testify. An FBI official says there was no official request. Does the House Speaker, Paul Ryan, need to remove Nunes from his post as chairman, not just to recuse him from presiding over this particular investigation, but remove him from role of chairman?
I think that would be in the best interest of the Congress of the United States and the best interest of the country and the best interest of getting at the bottom of the truth here, which I think will be good for the president. I think it will be good for the country and good for the Congress. I think Mr. Nunes has simply disqualified himself, and many of his Republican colleagues think that as well. Certainly, Senator McCain said that the credibility had been undermined. Senator Graham said the same thing, and Walter Jones, a Republican in the House of Representatives, gave the same view. And I think that's accurate. Whatever Mr. Nunes thought he was doing, or what, we don't know exactly what he did, but clearly he has done enough, said enough, and acted as a advocate of the president's position rather than as a dispassionate person who could oversee a fair inquiry that would have credibility with the American people. So I think that the answer to your question is yes.
Yes, in terms of removing him from role of chairman.
Yes.
And I want to ask you one other story tonight, Congressman. Your fellow Democrat, Maxine Waters, is in the middle of a rather stunning set of developments. She has said she won't be intimidated. She was, the Fox News host Bill O'Reilly made a comment about her hair, an offensive comment. I want to play what he said, his original comment, and then what he said afterwards when it caused a firestorm. Here is Bill O'Reilly.
I didn't hear a word she said. I was looking at the James Brown wig.
I said in a simple jest that the congressman's hair distracted me. Well, that was stupid. I apologize. I had no place in the conversation.
You heard him there. I don't know if you could tell he was laughing a bit there. I mean, is that an apology? Is that enough?
Well, it sounded to me, I'm not sure it's an apology to Maxine Waters, but certainly I agree with his observation that it was stupid and it was out of place. If he thought he was going to either intimidate or back down Maxine Waters, he apparently doesn't know Maxine Waters. She's one of our toughest, most focused members, and she's a very experienced lady and a very able lady. She's not going to be backed down by Bill O'Reilly or by anybody else. But yes, it was a comment that he shouldn't have made. It was a comment that apparently he said was stupid, but he should have said, and so I apologize to Congresswoman Maxine Waters. That would have been the appropriate thing to do. Unfortunately, it seems awfully hard for some people to make apologies when they do things that they know were wrong, know were hurtful, and shouldn't have been done.
All right. Thank you very much, Congressman. I appreciate your time.
You bet.
And next, the breaking news on Ivanka Trump. She's got a White House office, top security clearance. Why is my next guest calling this a slap in the face to women? You need to see this.